the fact is the vaccine push is on, and if some companies can sort of push that along, well, they're all in, especially what's going on at Krispy Kreme right now, that institute a new policy. If you can prove you've taken at least one dose of a vaccine, they'll give you a free donut. So it seemed like a perfectly good deal to me. I would just go into one Krispy Kreme after another repeatedly. You get thousands of donuts with the same proof. Anyway, what's happening now is the food police are going after Krispy Kreme, saying that this is actually advocating unhealthy behavior, that if you eat donuts all the time, you can get fat, as if. Anyway, I want to get to read all of this from a guy who meant to do well. Mike Tattersfield is the Krispy Kreme CEO. Mike, very good to have you. The food police are after you, Mike. They don't like what you seem to be advocating. But I think you did also say everything in moderation, right?
We have. I mean, you think about last year, we did this thing called Acts of Joy. You and I chatted about this about a year ago, you know, when we opened up to the healthcare industry and they could get any donut, as many as they wanted any time. We gave away 30 million donuts last year in the U.S. So, you know, when people make a choice, as America gets a hold of the pandemic, and it's a personal choice people make, you know, they look for, if there's a treat that they can get and we can serve it, it's great. I've been actually in the shops. So I was in Chicago and Louisville this week, and when folks would show me their CDC card, and I go, "You want that donut?" They're like, "Yes, sir." And they're really happy, and it's just a little treat, and it just shows the generosity of the brand. We are a sweet treat brand, and we get that.
Yeah, yeah. I see where you're coming from, but you know, like, people who are very creative, right? They can come up with ways to take advantage of your good deed here. Do you get a lot of customers who go from Krispy Kreme to Krispy Kreme still showing that proof of a vaccine? I can't be the only one doing that.
You know, we won't make up our programs for the folks that are going to try to beat the system. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. The generosity of the brand is what we really stand for.
Now back to the issue that obesity is a far bigger issue in this country. This was raised in the Washington Post today, and that you should be aware of that. And they're lecturing you on that because however threatening you look at the virus, obesity kills tens of thousands more, and that your product leads to that, you say?
You know, we're a donut, and our brand actually serves it primarily in dozens. We're a sweet treat, and it's shared. People mostly use a Krispy Kreme occasion, and they share it with their friends. And the average American visits a Krispy Kreme about 4 times a year. So I think we're okay there. In moderation, like anything else, people will always want a sweet treat. They'll make their own judgment.
No, I think you're right about that. I just wanted to get your take on all of that because, you know, no good deed goes unpunished. People can push it, but I'm going to warn Americans that you really shouldn't do what I've been doing and go from Krispy Kreme to Krispy Kreme because that's just not a good thing.
You know, I'll be in the shop, so maybe I'll find you. I mean, I can tell you that, you know, when I dropped off some donuts at the vaccination centers this week as well, they just love it. They're working hard, so at least we can do is just help them out.
Well, I'm getting worried, Mike, because a lot of your stores have photos of me saying, "Have you seen this man?" And so we'll see what happens.
Have you gone to our flagship
Like Tattersfield,
shop?
Yeah.
Have you made it to the flagship
Krispy
shop
Kreme
in New York?
No, I haven't been to the flagship shop, but any way you can get me there, I'm there. So, Mike, thank you very, very much. All right. Thank you very much on this.